The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
All right, and here we are. Welcome to the Mark Hoke Show, everybody. How are we doing?
We're doing good. How are you, Mark?
We may end up interrupting the broadcast at some point. We had to switch computer units temporarily today, and unfortunately this one is not agreeing with some of my sound effects. So we'll get it figured out. But hey, we're here. I'm happy.
We are.
I'm happy. And as long as we don't have any disasters here with Jamie Gold, he is down at the Palm Beach Kennel Club in a charity event, running around like a madman. He's scheduled to come on at 3:30. Hopefully we don't lose Jamie, because otherwise, Nate, it's just you and I.
Oh, no.
Sharing our love together. No, we're not sharing any. Well, we get along all right. Oh, my God. Wow. You know what? I'm just going to say, fuck Michigan State. Fuck them in the ear.
Be careful. We got a lot of big time poker players out there, including David Bakes Baker, that is
Ryan
an
Reese.
MSU alumni. You've got Ryan Reese, last main event winner. He's a Michigan State alumni.
You know what I'm going to say to Michigan State? You.
Well, why not be mad at NDSU? I mean, they didn't do anything.
Michigan State proved it very costly. Louisville screwed me. They hurt me badly. But I needed that Michigan State win. Oh, my God. How do they lose to frickin' UConn? Are you kidding me?
Well,
are you kidding me?
It doesn't bother me as long as I'm still got my fingers crossed on the Wolverines here. They're only up by 3, I think, going into the half. So
it doesn't bother me. I had a chance to win my bracket.
See, that's why I just don't bet sports, Mark. It's just too far out there. Well, I'd rather stick my money into a poker tournament or a cash game and play there.
Let me. You know what happened to my bracket, Nate?
Yeah. You picked it.
Look what I have created. I have made fire!
Let me say Dayton. Dayton happened to it.
Have made fire!
For sure.
Burning material. Burning material. Actually, technically, I can still cash in my company's bracket. I can still cash. If it ends up that whoever wins this game going on right now in Michigan, Kentucky, and UConn get to the final, I will split third place money with 3 other people.
That's not bad.
Nate, I paid $20 and it's $48 in a 4-way split. You think
You'll get your chance, smart guy.
Yeah, thanks. Unbelievable. Yeah, I know nobody's thinking about poker right now. We're all thinking basketball. It's just but wow, but I got to say this. What a run by Dayton getting to the Elite 8. We got UConn somehow coming out and getting to the Final Four. You have a bracket with Virginia, Michigan State, and Iowa State, and off go the Huskies. Hey, who else? I'm forgetting somebody in there too. Villanova. I knew Villanova wasn't going anywhere. But wow, what a run by UConn and Kevin Ollie, former Philadelphia 76er, on the board. So good luck to UConn. I'm really rooting for UConn now. I'm on the UConn train. They were the last team to beat Florida, by the way. So that'll be interesting. You know, Florida's got 2 losses, Nate. You know who they are?
Who?
Well, I just gave you one.
Florida and who?
Florida's lost to UConn, and they lost to Wisconsin, who's in the Final Four.
Ooh.
So
well, Michigan and Wisconsin could be playing each other here in the Final Four here, if Michigan can pull this out, right?
That is correct. I was looking for 3 teams from the Big Ten. I can't believe Michigan State lost that game. What a gag job.
Well,
they just
job.
lost
Come
it.
on,
they lost it. They completely lost it at the end of that game. That was hideous.
I didn't watch it. I'm a Michigan fan. I was waiting until the Michigan game to even turn on the TV or take over the TV.
Oh, and by the way,
I got in trouble.
And look at Casino Examiner in the chat box. For those of you who don't have a Ustream username, if you'd like to get in and insult me like Casino Examiner is right now, I told you, and it's Bison, their CE. Told you Bison when you make the Sweet 16. Big smiley face. Wow. Oh, my God. It's like,
oh, my God.
Oh, jump on the host. I hope you're okay. That sounded like a hemorrhoid broke there.
Oh, I shove with ace-9 suited, get called by ace-7 suited, and get beat.
I'm sorry, Nate.
7 on the river.
Oh, God. I'm not too bitter here. I'm not too bitter. And by the way, way to go Penn State in the CIT tournament, bowing out to Siena. Way to rep the Big Ten, guys. Nice job. Now Casinos and giving the ha. Oh, my God.
I'm over here. I just don't know if I'm logged into chat.
Yeah, Casino Examiner. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Dickhead. You totally fucked me there.
I clicked on videos.
Thanks.
So, we've got a tournament coming up tonight, Mark.
We do. We do. We'll get that in just a second. Of course, we ought to take a second and let me get over it. Hey, thanks to our sponsors. They're going to be happy for this introduction. Hey, I want to remind you about Arctic Blue Cooling Towels. Make sure you go to arcticblu.com. Pick up your brand new cooling towel today. It's starting to get hot in Vegas, kids. Got a little chilly today, but overall, getting hot.
A little chilly today, huh?
Yeah,
windy. It's just windy.
Yeah,
it's not really chilly.
Yeah,
just the wind it makes it feel like it's 65.
Kind of breezy out. So
it's nice.
But
it's
get
beautiful.
ready because
if this was in the middle of July, you'd be like, "Oh my God, it's such a beautiful day out."
Yeah, I know. ArcticBLU.com, 15% off with the code Mark Hoke Show plus free shipping. I'm telling you, you better get ready. You're going to need these things when you come out here to the World Series. So make sure you go to ArcticBLU.com. Blind Squirrel Apparel, 20% off with the code Hoke. Make sure you head on over there to BlindSquirrelApparel.com. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel. Good buddies at Blue Rail. The best website, guys, in the business. Go to BlueRail.net right now. Got some great deals for you. Give Bob a call as well. Have fun with that. Of course, our good friends at Off Till Poker Tables. We'll talk about the Off Till Poker Tables Tournament Series. Event number 12 coming up here pretty shortly, so make sure you get on board at OffTillPokerTables.com. It's the table of the World Series, Deep Stacks Poker Tour. Well, pretty much everybody uses the darn thing, so make sure you go to OffTillPokerTables.com. Our good friends at Double Digit Covers. That one's going to hurt a little bit today from the DTC guys, I believe. But we still got our free text play on the board. It's the baseball game. I haven't even looked to see what's going on in the baseball game today.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Baseball?
Yes, sir. We already had a couple games down in Australia for the Dodgers, and now they are open today with San Diego. But opening day is tomorrow, officially, for pretty much for everybody else. So we've got baseball coming up. Hey, if you need your advice, man, they got an early bird special here for the baseball season. Check it out. Give them a call at 855-489-2700 or sign up for free text plays every day. You can get one every day sent right to your phone, Nate. Isn't that great? Go to doubledigitcovers.com. Say hi to those guys. Hey, the Final 9 comic issue 1 is out. Make sure you go to final9comic.com. Say hi to the boys at Final 9 Comic. 9 will become one way or another. I think it should be me. I think Nate should. I think Anish and the guys should make up a special. Wait, there was somebody that was still in the tournament. They made a mistake, and I will play whoever's there heads up. I'll just strut in. Now, you know what I'll tell you? I'll issue a challenge to the champion. I will challenge you for your bracelet right now. Right now.
Right now.
Do you have the courage to put up your bracelet and the money against me? And if you win, you get my wife. So
I'm not playing you.
So I completely don't lose there at all.
I got enough baggage.
Is that your final answer?
That's funny.
But say hi to the guys at Final 9 Comic. We've also got PokerAtlas.com. Hey, table talk, poker room reviews. of course, tournament schedules all across North America. Make sure you go to pokeratlas.com. Post some stuff. Have some fun up there. You'll have a great time. And we are still, it's back. It was gone and back. I don't know what happened, but the promo to get your Poker Notes Live app, you got to go to Poker Face News, sign up for the newsletter, and then go download the Poker Notes Live app, and you can premium version. You can get it for free.
Now, what I really like about that, Mark, is when I first started playing, I always used to carry a little notebook in my pocket. This is well before cell phones and smartphones and PDAs and whatnot. So, like back in, 1998, when I started really getting into poker, I used to carry a notebook and jot down what people look like if I didn't know their names and how they played, so that I'd be able to study it later. And that application sounds like, because you can even take somebody's picture and put it on there, you'd be able to recognize the people and actually do better than even hand taking notes with that app. I like that.
It's awfully handy. So make sure you check that out. Poker Notes Live and Poker Face News. You got the newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter. Download the app, and you're done. And you have a chance to get it for free. So,
yeah, and you can also use that for like the sites that don't have note-taking abilities, like Ultimate Poker, for instance. You can't take notes on players, so you can actually store your online notes for like Ultimate Poker or any other site that doesn't have a ability to take notes. You can store your notes right there. That way, you can access them pretty quick too.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal there. So make sure you check that out. And let's see, anybody else I'm forgetting?
WSOP Academy.
Yes, that's right.
David Bakes Baker is going to be out in Jersey.
We have Bakes on the KLAV show on Wednesday. Yeah, go to WSOPacademy.com.
WSOP Academy Live.com.
Excuse me. Well,
right.
It'll get you there.
The code Hoke will work today for at least $100 off for your academy with David Bakes Baker out in New Jersey. You can also go to WSOPAcademyLive.com and sign up to see Phil Gordon down in New Orleans.
Nice.
And that's in May, right before the World Series and the WSOP circuit down there.
Yep. So, Wookie, it's PokerNotesLive.com. Pretty sure if that's not correct, I'm going to feel really stupid right now. Yeah, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. We got some great ones up there. We just got that one up, and the Bernard Lee one we had about a week and a half ago. I was a little late on that one, sorry, but you can go to markhokeshow.podbean.com and sign up right now. Subscribe to the podcast. Man, dude, we're getting like 4,000 feed hits on those. That's pretty good. So we're doing all right.
That is good.
Yeah, we're doing all right. So you can sign up there. Of course, they're on iTunes as well. So hop on the party. By the way, Anthony Curtis, Las Vegas Legend, is going to be on the KLAV show this week.
Anthony Curtis. Now, he's a professional gambler.
Oh, yes, he is.
Player. He's a professional gambler.
Yes, he is.
He's also written a lot of books. Isn't he like at a Vegas Advisor also?
Yeah, LasVegasAdvisor.com. And, that is, I'll tell you what. And Nate, I assume you'd like to join us on Wednesday? I didn't get to ask.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. So it's going to be it's going to be Old Veterans Day in there with Joe Payne from the Nevada Poker League, and oh my God, it's awesome.
Now, I actually met Anthony when we went. When I first moved to town, I stopped into a PT's to sit down and have a drink, and he was in there with another guy that I recognized from one of those Travel Channel shows where he was like competing to see who could run $10 up the most. They were doing like who could gamble the cheapest amount.
That's pretty bad.
Still in. Yeah, those were pretty fun, though. Fun to watch.
Yeah, so should be a great show on Wednesday. Lauren Kling's scheduled for a couple of weeks from now on KLAV. Of course, the World Series coming up. Lots of great stuff happening. Of course, Jamie Gold going to be joining us here, and he did text me we're all good, so we'll be hearing from Jamie Gold in about 15 minutes.
Cool. And I want to wish a belated happy birthday to our friend Sassy Richie.
Yeah, boy, I should have looked back. There were a lot of people that had birthday. Joe Payne had a birthday, too.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yeah, and I do apologize. I know we're getting a little bit of a sound pop here. Like I said, I changed computers, and at some point, I may have to switch it. I'm just wondering if I should do it now or I should do it later. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna hang on through the Jamie Gold interview. It's very minimal, but I can hear it, so we'll deal with it.
It's just the way things go, Mark.
Yeah, I know. It's annoying. Hey, you got a phone
I gotta
call.
turn my ringer off.
Yeah.
No, they're text messages.
All right. So, well, poker-wise, I guess we could take a look and see. Let's see. Casino Examiner saying Curtis is going to publish my book when I'm ready to confess my card-counting adventures. Oh, Wookie's birthday. That's right. It was Wookie's birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday.
I knew I forgot something. Shame on me. Sorry about that. Oh, my God. I know too many people. But it's fun. It's all right. Oh, Jamie Gold coming up. Jamie Gold has some very interesting things going on. Have you noticed this?
What's he doing?
Well, he's got a new card room. He's working with a cruise line now, too.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, he's busy. He's busy. I mean, doing pretty well. The card room is down at the...
You mean he's actually being an ambassador to poker? I thought Joe Hashem said he wasn't doing that.
I know. Yeah, it's the Island Breeze Casino. Actually, that's the cruise room stuff. Is announcing the launch of their Jamie Gold Poker Room. So you can get on the action of the Jamie Gold Poker Room. This is what the ad says. Meet and beat the winner of the largest poker event in history. That is true. For a $200 buy-in. It's going to be hosting games of all levels on a regular basis. Complimentary cocktail service, too. That's good.
Where is that
at? The Island Breeze Casino. So you go to ibreezecasino.com. It's on a boat. You can go on a cruise with Jamie Gold, which sounds like fun. I know people bust.
It'd be more fun if you could throw him overboard if he bad beat you on the river. That would be great.
Oh, come on. Come on. God,
I'm so sick of the bad beats.
Oh, my God. Everybody is just going to be... Oh, I don't know.
I'm all about having fun. You know, get a couple of cocktails in me, start a fire in someone's kitchen, maybe go to
What's the code if anybody wants to join us today, Mark, on the Mark Hoke Show Club?
Oh, yeah, I guess I ought to give that out.
You should.
All right. Yeah, and that popping is getting real irritating. I think I'm going to take a break real fast before we get to Jamie. But if you want to get in on the Off-Tilt Poker Tables event, it is pokerstars.net. You're going to go there and download the software if you don't have it already. You're going to go to the Home Games tab. Club ID is 629454. Password is RogueWire. And you can get in and play. We'll keep an eye on it, and we'll see you. If you want to get in there, we'll get you involved and let you have a little fun. So, all right. So, real quick, guys, I know we got some people out there. Oh, man, we got too many people sitting out there. I think we're just going to have to put up with it.
Just going to put up with it?
Yeah, it's driving me crazy, but I'm gonna deal with it.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me a bit.
The code, there's not really a code, Wookie. What you have to do is you got to sign up. Once again, you got to sign up for the Poker Face newsletter. All right, so you got to go to Poker Face News. All right, and then you download the app. They're watching, and if you have any problems, let me know. But you got to buy the premium app, and if they'll draw for a winner, and it's like you can get your $10 back. So that's pretty good. All right, so Jamie Gold coming up here in just a little bit. Yeah, I'm a little off kilter today, Nate.
But you got the password right, and even Wookie said that.
I did.
Today you didn't give out the old password that you used to use.
It's a stunning fucking miracle. Yeah, I'm dropping the F-bombs today, everybody. I'm just in one of those places.
Yay.
All right, so we got, well, boy, I'd love to know what the score is there, but I've got Kentucky 37 and a blank on ESPN. Thanks, guys.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was
what's
tied
the
up,
score?
37.
37.
37 all.
37's on the board. All
Kentucky, the 8th seed, going after Michigan, the 2 seed.
Ugh, Connecticut, UConn final, bleh. Good for me because I get $10. Actually, I think it'd be more like 12. But I can deal with it. That's all right. Oh my God, I'm still so mad at Michigan State. I should be more mad at Louisville because if they would have just gotten through, I'd have been gold right now. But you want to hear what's really funny? So, I mean, I'm working in an office with a bunch of guys that follow sports unbelievably. Do you know what the most of any of us in our brackets have in the Final Four right now? Any of us?
Two?
Yes. One guy has 2 teams. Everybody else has 1. I mean, it's just been that disastrous.
Hopefully the guy that's got 2 has got Michigan on there too. So
no, he does not. You know what? Nobody that section of the bracket, everybody had Louisville, Duke, Wichita State. Nobody had Michigan. Nobody had Kentucky.
Oh, I've got Michigan. I got Michigan to win the whole thing. So it may be the University of Michigan tattoo on my shoulder that made me do that, but oh well. I was just really happy to see Dayton stand up and beat the snot out of Ohio State.
That was pretty funny.
I
very much enjoyed that. That was a good thing. Freaking Ohio State! What a bunch of jokers.
Really was. Hey, Mark. I am going to do a little thing. I'm going to put it up in the chat room. They are trying to get a National Poker Day. Are you familiar with that little campaign?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we've only got 52 signatures so far. So I'm going to put up the link. If you guys please would, we want April 19th to be an official the American Day of Poker. So I will put up the link here in the chat room. But go over, sign the petition. It's a WhiteHouse.gov petition. And if Obama can sign it after we get 100,000 signatures, we'll get rolling.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of news going on. We'll get to some of it later in the show. We'll have plenty of time to talk about it before the tournament. But of course, interviews with Jamie always take a long time. Usually, he's kind of buzzing around that charity event. So we'll see how it goes. But did you see this story today, Nate? Russia is launching a new gambling zone in Crimea. So the Russians take over the Crimean Peninsula, and of all the priorities, they're going to launch a gambling zone in there.
So they're going to turn it into like their own little Vegas or what?
I don't know. This is so here's what's going on. The Kremlin's evaluating the possibility of establishing one of Russia's gambling zones in the recently annexed territory. So let's see. Let me find a little bit more on this. According to a report published by Bloomberg, Russia's Deputy Prime Minister Dmitry Kozak discussed about the creation of a special gambling zone in Crimea during an unofficial meeting. Admitted that all proposals to stimulate the Crimean economy are under consideration. Gambling in Russia was officially forbidden in 2009 by Putin's little boys. But in order to capitalize from once a highly profitable industry, the country also opened to the creation of 4 different gambling zones in 4 different regions of Russia. So now they're down to 1 because 3 of them didn't work out. But apparently they want to turn the Crimean Peninsula into a gambling zone.
Well, they did just block Poker Stars and Full Tilt Poker and a bunch of other sites. So, but then I have seen people on the Poker Stars app that says Russia. So we'll see.
Yeah. That little popping. Yeah. Wookie mentioned it. Oh yeah, the popping situation is it's more to do with my computer. It's not really Nate per se. It's anybody but me. So it's my sound effects and everything else. So, like I said, just hang in there with me. I do apologize about that. Like I said, switch computers here for today, and unfortunately, we're having that little issue. So, we'll probably get switched after the Jamie Gold interview. Shouldn't be a problem. So, because I at least want to get that whole recording together. I think that would be good. I hate to, do the chop on that.
Well, Kentucky's taking a 4-point lead, Mark.
Oh my goodness.
39-43.
That's all we need is 5 freshmen winning a national championship. Oh my God.
Could be a tough 4 years, huh?
It could. Definitely could. All right. So we are rolling on here.
But I did put that link up for the petition. So we've only had 52 signatures. We need 100,000 signatures on that. Hopefully we can get it soon. And I don't think we've got 100,000 listeners on here right now, though.
No, not yet. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know we're
pretty close.
Yeah, I'm definitely having some technical issues here. I really am. I think we had an issue with what was on the screen there, too. I think we're okay. I don't know.
Michigan State losing's got you all messed up.
Yeah, this is kind of bad. So, oh my goodness, what a day! What a day! Yeah, I hate to do a refresh on there, but yeah, I think we're all right. Yeah. So but I'll tell you what a great time with David Bakes Baker on the show the other day. That
He's
guy
a genius.
Oh, he is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's so sick. 4 final tables in a World Series. In just
And
one.
he knew that poker was something that he really wanted to get into and do and make a living out of. And when he started playing and he realized he had such a passion for it, he didn't mess around. He hired Vanessa Selbst as a personal trainer. Now, I know when I checked Vanessa out to see how much it cost to get personal training, and it was $600 an hour. So, I mean, training in the poker world can be very expensive. So if you're going to pay a lot of money, make sure you've got a quality instructor. And Bakes is going to give you everything that Vanessa taught him. He's going to give you everything that he's learned on his own. I mean, it's a great opportunity to get out to New Jersey and learn from the best with David Bakes Baker. And every 10 people that come, we also, at the WSOP Academy, they also bring in another professional instructor, anywhere from, you've seen Brian Rast, Vanessa Russo, Vanessa Selbst has been an instructor for one of our ladies events, and you never know who's going to be there as the other pros too. Somebody you're probably going to want to learn from, like Jeff Madsen, Sean Rice. These guys are amazing.
Yeah, sounds like a great time. So WSOP Academy Live.com. All right, so Jamie Gold coming up here in just a couple of minutes. We are should be on here very shortly, so looking forward to talking to Jamie. I'm interested to talk to him about what he thought about Joe's comments. I haven't seen any interviews from Jamie about that yet. Have you?
I think I did a little. I think he Poker News kind of talked to him a little bit, I think.
No. Well, but he likes me.
Jamie?
Yeah. So
I was going to say Jamie or Joe.
Yeah. So we'll get we'll get it from the horse's mouth on this one. Should be interesting. Always fun to talk to Jamie. He's usually very sincere on the show. Very sincere. We've interviewed him. I think I've had him on about 3 or 4 times.
I got to interview him live over at the World Series last year on my show over on Until Radio, and that was a great time. He sat right next to me and we chatted it up. But I was fortunate enough to go down to the Tropicana and play with him. He was playing 1-2 No Limit Hold'em at the Tropicana when it was the Jamie Gold Poker Room at the Tropicana, and he was great. He was fun, laughing, chit-chatting with everybody. Usually, like, more of the pros, like, you walk into, like, Aria and look over at the Ivy Room, you don't see Phil Ivey over there.
No,
very, very, very rarely would you ever even catch a glimpse of him. But at the Tropicana, every time I went into the Tropicana, into the Jamie Gold Poker Room, Jamie was there. He was sitting there waiting to talk to people and playing poker with them. And it didn't matter the limits. He was playing limit poker, no limit poker, whatever games was going. He was sitting there chatting it up, having a good time. That's why I didn't understand when Joe Hashem came out and said that Jamie Gold was such a horrible ambassador. I disagree. I think it actually brought different people other than just game players into the poker world.
Yeah, obviously the whole thing that happened, right at the end of the World Series put a, pretty tough mark on him, and then obviously recently had some tax issues.
That's all off the table, though.
Yeah,
it's all out of the poker world. I mean, it's
well,
so
it's
everybody doesn't have their life all gathered up together and ready to. Everybody makes mistakes. I wish I hope I can make the same mistakes Jamie has.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, Nate, any Duke's still with the WSOP Academy? That was a question in the chat box.
No,
didn't think so.
No, neither is Junior.
Didn't think
Helmuth
so.
Junior is no longer with us either. We've changed hands since Annie Duke and Phil Helmuth were real WSOP Academy instructors.
All right, so there's the answer to that question. Yeah, and if you guys, like I said, if you're in the chat box as a guest, we'd love to have you in the chat box. So just go to ustream.tv. That's ustream.tv. Get yourself a username and join us in the chat box. And maybe if we like your question, we'll ask it. If you ask me a question like, why are you such a blankety blank? That question won't get asked. All right. But be civil. You can. Trust me. I've been doing this for a long time. You can actually ask a question. You can ask a question that is a daunting one for your guest without being a jerk.
without being a jerk.
Yeah. All right. So Jamie's going to be calling on about 2 or 3 minutes, and we'll have Jamie on the show.
The Wookiee is saying that he even got to play with Carlos Mortensen and David Williams down at the Tropicana when it was the Jamie Gold
Well,
Room.
see, there you go.
Carlos Mortensen, I'd love to be able to play with. Literally, I believe Carlos Mortensen is the best no-limit hold'em player out there, including over Helmuth. Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. I don't know. You haven't seen. I don't know if Carlos is just hiding or what.
Well, what did he take last year? 10th or 11th?
Yeah, I mean, last year we saw him, but man, we haven't heard much from him for quite a few years. He's been tucked away.
Last year, he
made Matador hiding behind the.
He did really well last year. I don't think he's hiding. I just don't think he doesn't have to play as often.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame him.
I mean, once I win a couple $1 million playing, Mark, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely going to take more time off of playing than what I do now. I mean, this 24/7. I wake up in the middle of the night and open up all my poker programs just to see if maybe there's a good game going that I'm missing.
Yeah, I suppose a couple $1 million will change your mind. That's all.
Yeah. I'd sleep in more often.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, Mark, have you had a chance to play a lot of poker on any of our wonderful Nevada websites like WSOP or Ultimate Poker or Real Gaming? Have you tried? Which ones have you tried?
I've done 3 of the sites. I'm on WSOP.com and Ultimate, and do a little ace play every once in a while. So I'm popping in and out of there. I'm around.
I haven't really checked out Real Gaming yet. I'm going to this coming up month. I'm going to go down to South Point and make a little deposit and check out the site. There's not a lot of action on it, but with Ultimate Poker crashing on me so often, mid-hand, just white screen of death, it bothers me. So I haven't been playing on Ultimate Poker, which hurts me because I'm able to cash out quite often on Ultimate Poker, but if I can't trust the software, I don't want to play on it, which is stopping me from getting my usual 2-a-week cash outs, and it's costing me money. So I'm going to have to suck it up a little bit and redeposit back onto Ultimate Poker this week. Hopefully I can talk to a couple guys over at Ultimate who've offered to help me uninstall, reinstall, and keep an eye on when it's crashing and what's going on when it's crashing. So they're willing to work with me. So we'll see what happens there.
Well, we'll just go over and say hi to Chris Danek. We'll just walk over to the office real quick.
Yeah, there you go.
Bang on the door. Hey, yo! White screen of death.
It's horrible. That white screen of death. I mean, especially when you've got the nuts and I won't let you do anything.
You are not getting over that, are you? You're not getting over it. Let it go. Let it go.
No, I can't.
You were just the one talking to me about letting stuff go, and now here you've got this.
There's a difference. There's a difference between a relationship and a product.
Right. So
relationships, you have to let the water flow off your back once in a while. It just has to. Everybody has different opinions. But when you're dealing with a program that consistently does the same thing over and over again, it's your own fault if you continue to play on that site. You know what I mean?
Well, so does my wife.
Well. But you continue to play on that same playground, you know what I'm saying, Mark?
Exactly.
Quit swinging from the branches, man.
So what you're telling me is let it go with my wife, but don't let it go for a computer program? I think there's something messed up about that, Nate.
No, your wife deserves. I mean, your wife puts up with you, Mark. Oh. You don't. You're not Captain Perfect either.
Oh, I think Jamie's calling my cell phone. That is incorrect. I need to correct him on that. Shoot.
You guys are a pretty good team. I mean, I Angel and I love hanging out with you.
Hang on a second. Yeah, stall for me, Nate, because I'm trying to get Jamie dialed the wrong number. It's not going to help to have him on my cell phone.
No. But I mean, really, Mark. I mean, the Las Vegas life is hard enough because you don't have enough time in the day to do everything that's going on that you want to do. And there's things going on downtown. There's things going on the Strip. There's things going on off Strip.
And I hate to interrupt you, but things going on here is Jamie Gold's calling. So let's get Jamie on the line. Jamie Gold joins us. Okay. Jamie, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you? Are we live?
We are live. You bet.
Oh, how cool. So forgive me, I'm now a new resident of Florida, and it's kind of a Sunday tradition down here to come to Polo I had never been to polo before, and I'm learning all about it, and it's a lot of fun. I feel really fortunate that I've had all these new kind friends who had been on our ship in our casino invite us to polo today. So I'm hiding in a back spot out in polo. That's the after party right now.
Oh wow! So, well, that sounds pretty cool. So, what prompted the move to Florida?
I'm having a hard time hearing you. Is an echo?
Oh, is there? Okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't I hang up and I'll let you call me back here. All right?
You want me to call you back, or you're calling me?
If you could call me back, that would be great.
I'll call you back. Okay.
Okay, thanks. All right, so we'll get Jamie Gold back on the line here very shortly. So hang on in there. Wow, we haven't had the Skype monster for a while. That's terrible. The Skype monster's been staying away forever, but apparently today is the day. So that's pretty great. nothing like having a world champion on the phone and having technical issues. All right, Jamie, how's that?
It's okay for me. How is it for you?
I'm fantastic. So
yeah, this works.
Yep, we're good. So moving to Florida, I mean, that's just something else, man.
Yeah, I had a really great opportunity to be a part of this public company called Island Breeze International that got funded to open up casino ships with poker rooms all over the world, and the first one happened to be in Palm Beach, Florida. So I'm going to move from location to location for each one that they open. This first one we just opened in Palm Beach, and we just had our grand opening a couple of days ago, and it was a huge success, and people seem to love it down here, and I've found some of the local charities that I believe in, the sites that they have, the charities down here, and so we're already have booked 4 of the charity poker celebrity events for our ship. So I'd never been an owner of a casino before. I'd had a little experience, not the greatest experience running a poker room before in Vegas, but this one seems to be a much more positive experience.
Well, that's good to hear because it's been an interesting ride for you the past few years. We had, you have the situation. You had the Tropicana room that didn't work out for you, and you got in the news with the tax situation, and now, but now it seems like everything's going well for you. I mean, what has it been like for this journey over the past few years?
Yeah, it has been a little bit up and down. I think, I take all the blame for trusting certain people that I maybe should not have trusted. And when things got successful out in Vegas, it's amazing. We filled the room, and they had planned on expanding it, and it just turned out that none of the things that they had promised us were really going to happen. So it was really unfortunate. But the people that I'm working with now, I feel like are honest and trustworthy and worth spending our time and energy and working with. So I'm really lucky. My whole life has kind of been this way, that I feel like if you give enough back to the world, whether it's karma, money, taking care of people, things just seem to work out. And so I've been very, very lucky in winning the World Series and having the kind of life that I've had. And it just seems to be another opportunity that we have now down here in Palm Beach. So I feel really lucky.
Well, I'm going to...
How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a long time.
Well, I know you're...
How are you doing?
Well, we changed coasts. I'm on the east, you're in the west, and then we flip it. That's not cool. I mean, what are you thinking, man? Come on. No, things are going great. I mean, we're having a good time. I got that show on KLAV now, and we're still doing this, and things are...
That's great.
Yeah, it's been pretty exciting. Yeah, we definitely got to talk off air. I miss you.
Absolutely. I miss you too. Are you going to be in Vegas this summer?
Oh, of course. Well, I live here now, so.
Great.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to ask you about the giving back part a little bit, because I've been dying to hear what your thoughts are about what happened with the comments that Joe Hashem made about, world champions and being ambassadors, and your name kind of got pulled up as one of the names that, was on his bad side. Why do you think Joe pulled your name out? And, what were your thoughts when he said that?
I was really surprised. I mean, Joe and I have been nothing but friendly towards each other. If he had these thoughts, I thought he might have shared them with me, and maybe we could have talked about it. If he thought that I hadn't been the ambassador that I should have been, I was completely shocked. I don't understand. I mean, he and I had spent, a couple of nights together, maybe 3 to 6 months prior to that, and he never said a word. I was just in shock. And he also mentioned Jerry, and I look, you can judge people based on how they play, right? So if you don't think I'm a great player, that's a judgment call, and I accept that. And you can judge Jerry whether you think he's a great player or not. But to judge us based on what we've done to give back and work as ambassadors, I don't know what more I could have done. I'm not sure what more Jerry Yang could have done. I believe he donated at least $500,000, if not $1 million, of his winnings to charity. He's supported every event, any kind of cause, anything that anybody's ever asked him to do. He didn't want to be a professional poker player. He had his run in the World Series, the same as I am. I love the opportunity that I had, but I thought that I might have spent 5 years running charity poker events and raising as much money as I could. People think that I've taken money for that, but I've never been paid for anything that I've ever done in the charity world. I'm just in shock. I mean, Joe, I thought, knew exactly what happened with, people sometimes believe the rumors, but I never screwed anybody. I didn't have a partner when I was going in. I promised somebody half my winnings. I gave him half my winnings. He didn't want me to take out taxes. Obviously, taxes had to be taken out, so he sued me. He was wrong. He still got paid. I don't understand what anything had gone wrong on my end. My father was dying. I might have taken a few months instead of playing poker. I might have taken a few months for the last days of my dad's life. But I felt like I've given back more than I possibly could to the poker community. I'm in shock that he felt that way. A few people that I trust said that he may have lost it for a moment, if you call it, he just might have had a bad moment. I have no idea. And if that's the way that he feels, I'd love him to actually talk to me about it. I thought we were friendly enough that he could talk to me about it. But I don't have anything disparaging to say about Joe. I think he's been a really good ambassador, and I'm sorry that he either feels that way or made that comment, but it was very odd. And I think that Jerry Yang has done the best that he could do in terms of giving back, and not feeling like he wanted to be or was in a position to be a professional poker player.
Why do you think that when people hear your name that they have a negative reaction to it? I guess I know you a lot better than most people in the poker community do. So I know all the work you're doing and what you've been trying to accomplish. But why is that there's still, after all you've done, a negative stigma to your name?
I understand it. I mean, I could see it. Some of the things that I've seen of myself on TV or YouTube, I'm embarrassed by. You have to think about it this way. What you like to say to people is, look, if somebody held a camera on every moment that you've ever played in a poker tournament, would there ever be a time that you would not have wanted, let's say, the world to see a reaction that you had to something or something that you've said? I'm not a perfect human being. I've definitely said some things that I wish I hadn't have said, but I never purposely tried to hurt anybody or purposely tried to take advantage or screw anybody. And so I live my life in a very positive way, and so I understand how people look. I'm sure there are a lot of people in the media that we have negative opinions of that we shouldn't because of certain ways that they're portrayed. I don't fault anybody for having a negative opinion of me. I just don't believe that they have all the facts. But I am very proud to say that I think that just about everybody that I've ever met at a poker table seems to have had a positive experience. And all my friends for the last 20, 30 years are still my best friends. And we, have a really good time together. Most of them laugh about it and say, I can't imagine a more generous person and what they did with their money, but yet some people think that I'm the guy who, was greedy and kept all my money. But, people are going to have opinions of you. If I was lucky enough to win, a poker tournament that got so much publicity and so much airtime and so much media attention, that's just part of it. If there was nothing negative that anybody was saying, then that would be really odd.
Yeah, that is very true, because usually if people aren't saying bad things about you, that means you're not doing something right. So
yeah,
there you go.
But let's talk about what we're doing now, because I'm hoping that sometime you'll come and see it. We have this new Island Breeze Casino, which is a true Vegas casino out in Florida. We are the only ship in South Florida and the only place in South Florida, you can bet on sports. So we're having a party with ESPN next weekend for the March Madness Final Four and final game.
Wow.
And you can play real craps, real blackjack, real roulette. We have roulette wheels and craps dice. So we also and have a poker room, and I'm there full time, 5 days a week, and we're having a blast. And now we're planning to do 11 more over the next 5 years. The next location looks like it'll be Charleston, if not Miami. But there's some laws and things that are happening in Miami that might put us on hold over there. But I'm really excited. The ship is beautiful. They put $25 million into the ship. The people I'm working with are, people that I really trust, and I feel very fortunate to be in the situation that I'm in. A lot of people don't get another chance at doing something that I'd always wanted to have, a poker room where I could host and play with people for $100. People think, oh my God, you won the World Series of Poker. You never play with anybody for less than $100,000. But I'll sit down and play with people for $100, and I have probably a better time. The gamble in me is not as excited, but you know how it is. You're playing with people for $100. You don't have to focus. You can really just have fun. You play with people for $100,000. It's stress.
Right. Yeah, it's incredible.
So,
this is going to be a great thing to check out. Of course, you go to ibreezecasino.com and get all the information. That's
the website for the ship, and you can make reservations right through that website.
Man, playing poker on a ship 5 days a week, that's not a bad gig.
It's really fun. I'm lucky in that they put the poker room on the 3rd level, so there's an indoor and outdoor lounge, so I actually can look at the ocean while I'm playing poker. And we're in Palm Beach, which is one of the most beautiful places in the country. If not in the world, it's a very, very fortunate position that I'm in here. And so we're having a blast.
So what do you feel like is the difference between doing the West Coast poker thing as opposed to being out in Florida, which is just been an incredible hotbed, and things are getting crazier and crazier down there? What are some of the differences you've seen from going from coast to coast?
I think it's a level of play. On the West Coast, we've had poker rooms since poker was popular. So let's say for the last 10 or 15 years, people have been playing poker regularly anywhere they wanted on the West Coast. On the East Coast, in poker, it was so limited. They only let you play 1-2 limit. There were all these odd laws that they just opened up in the last few years. So people all want to play all over the country, but they weren't really allowed to play in Florida. Once they opened that up a few years ago, Florida was the booming state of anywhere in the country that you could play poker. So that's not the reason why I came down here. The reason why I came is that this just happened to be the first location. They're looking at some other locations around the country, but Palm Beach, Florida was the first location, and so this was the opportunity. I didn't plan on moving to Florida necessarily. It all just kind of happened that way. But I have, I'm single and I don't have any children, so it was a perfect situation for me. I could be anywhere that I want to be, especially in Palm Beach. It wasn't a tough place to move to.
Yeah, do me a favor, man. I got to tell you, if I tell my wife about this, she's going to be like, he needs to give you a job now. She loves Florida. She likes it here in Vegas, but she loves Florida. So
well, I'd love you to come down and see the States. We were talking about having a TV table where people could come and play with me, and you could see their hole cards and things like that. So I would love to come and talk to you about, doing a live radio broadcast from the ship. There's all kinds of opportunity going on down here. And it's not the worst place that we happen to be in the wealthiest area in the country down here. And so people really enjoy spending money, and that obviously helps when you're hosting a casino and a poker room. So I have let's say 6 or 7 friends that are professional poker players that didn't have a family and had no other commitments, that have all moved down here to play poker. And they were asking me, do you really think the games are going to be okay? Look, they love me and they're kind and they want to support me, and that's great. But what they didn't understand was that it's a tourist business. So there are 5 million tourists that come to Palm Beach every year. There's only 1 million residents, but there's 5 million tourists. So our ship is mainly comprised of people who are drinking and want to play poker, besides gambling. But I'm saying for the poker room. So when they're drinking and they want to play poker and they're partying and they're tourists, who else would you as a professional poker player like to play with?
Exactly.
So then they were feeling, well, how are you going to attract all the regular poker players? Well, regular poker players love tourists, right? I mean, I know most of the regular poker players I know who live in Vegas, that's what they're there for when it's tourist season. So our ship is all tourists. So it's pretty much a prime situation if you're a poker player to be able to play with the tourists on the ship. And then the professionals, of course, come and follow where all the tourists are.
Well, do you think that at some point Florida could be the hotbed for poker in the United States? Is there any way that it could supersede Las Vegas?
I don't know. I think it is what it is. I don't know if it'll be number one, but I think that if you're talking about, we obviously talk about California, right, which is the poker capital of America. Vegas is always a close second or maybe first, but Vegas and California, the places. But I think that after that, unless there's something I'm forgetting, isn't Florida after that now, with all the poker rooms they have? I mean, they have Jacksonville Best Bet that has 80 rooms, and there's got to be 20 to 30 functioning poker, rooms in Florida now. I think Florida is a poker destination after Vegas and California.
Yeah, it certainly beats going to Atlantic City. No offense to my friends there, but...
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about Atlantic City, but you know what? Atlantic City is all concentrated in one place.
Right.
So I think if you count the number of tables and the amount of action and all of that, I think Florida is much larger than Atlantic City. I mean, there are games, somebody told me yesterday there was a game down the street, there was $1.5 million on the table. That's,
wow.
That's just a local Palm Beach area game.
Oh my God.
So there's a lot of action down here. I mean, don't forget we have Miami, and there's a lot of cash in Miami.
That is incredible.
And people who like to gamble, and so if I had to, if you had to rank it, I have to believe that Florida is. I mean, look, you know Ante Up magazine, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Card Player started out of, I believe they started out of California or Vegas, one or the other, and Bluff magazine, I think kind of made their name in Vegas. So after Vegas and California, Ante Up came from Florida. The way that Ante Up magazine actually built their business was from Florida poker. And so there was so much business here that they're now in every poker room across the country. And that's how they built their business. So I have to believe, I don't think Atlantic City is large of a destination as if you count all the poker rooms in Florida together. I really think that we're now, third on the list of places to if you were going to live and play poker, you'd want to be in Florida after Vegas and California.
So now I'm getting questions in the chat box. How long are the cruises and how much?
What's that?
I'm getting questions. How long are the gambling cruises or getting on the ship, and how much?
We go out at 11 a.m. every day, 7 days a week. They charge $10, but if you're a player, you get your comp to come on the ship. So it's 11 to 4 and 6:30 to 11:30. We stay out till 12:30 on the weekends. But anybody who's playing gets free drinks. That's one thing that we can offer. The other poker rooms in Florida aren't allowed to offer free drinks. We're allowed to do that because we go 3 miles out and 3 miles back twice a day. We're in international waters, so we're allowed to give free drinks. So that is something that seems to be enticing people. Plus, you can bet on any sports action or the presidential race or the Oscars. Anything you want to bet on in sportsbook, they give you a line for it. Same as Vegas. So our new slogan is that you can go from Palm Beach to Las Vegas in 30 minutes.
That is amazing. I'll tell you what. If anybody's down in the area, you got to get down there and play this. This is something else. Oh my God, I'm ready to roll, man. I'll tell you what.
Well, we look forward to seeing you down here.
Yeah, well, actually, we got to talk later tonight because there's a chance I can get down to Florida here soon. So, yeah, but
that'd be great.
If you want to check this out, it's ibreezecasino.com. If you want to give them a call, it's 561-410-SHIP. 7447 is that number. And you can go play poker with Jamie Gold on these cruises. Oh my God, it sounds like a dream come true for you. It really does.
It is. It's going very well, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, so now I assume we're going to see you back at the World Series coming up.
Yep, I'll be there in Vegas at least for the main event, and I'll try to make some other events depending on what events we have on the ship. I know we're booking some charity events and some of the philanthropic causes that we're close to down here in Florida. So depending on what events we have, I'll come out to the World Series and definitely spend some time, but I will be at the main event.
All right, sounds great. And and what charity events do you have coming up? We want to make sure we get those plugged in. I know you're at one right now, so.
Yeah, we have the first one that's going to be on our ship. We're involved in several of the charities down here, but the first one that we're going to have on our ship is on June 15th, and it's called CAPE. So it's for all of the first responders, which are policemen, firemen, EMTs, all of them, and we give free medical and health care to them and their families for being the first responders to any emergency. So we're doing that on the 15th of June, and anybody can go to our website. We'll have details up probably within a week. We just said it, so that'll be our first charity celebrity poker event on the ship.
Wow, sounds like a fantastic time. Well, Jamie, I'm so happy for you that it seems like you're you're in a great place right now, and despite all the controversy and craziness, you landed on your feet, and it's very good to see. So
it's great to talk to you.
Yeah, well, I miss you, Jamie. We'll get to. I'm off air.
I miss you too.
I know. I'm off air at 6. Yeah, it sounds like, man, we're like buddies. I'd say we get along great. It's amazing.
We do, and you're going to bring your wife, and we'll have a great time when you come visit.
Sounds good to me. All right, well, I'll let you get back to your charity event. Jamie, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it. It's always an honor to have you on the show.
Yep, ibreezecasino.com.
You got it. All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
There you go. Jamie Gold, everybody. Yeah, and I'm sorry, like I said, I do apologize. I know we had the little static issue there, but that's interesting stuff. How about that? Man, I want to go. I really do. Let me get Nate back on the line here. Unreal. Jamie Gold doing his thing. I mean, what a gig. Can you beat that? I mean, really? You get to get on a ship 5 days a week, look at the ocean, and play poker. Oh, my word. That is like poker nirvana.
Take me with you.
Doesn't that sound great? I mean, my God.
It does. And then there's so much. I mean, if you want to get into the poker world, Florida right now is really booming. I mean, look at the Mizrachi Dealer Academy down there. Yep. So if you want to get into the dealing side of poker, give my buddies a call over at the Mizrachi Dealer Academy down in Florida. The tips in Florida compared to Las Vegas and California are almost twice as much from the dealers and the people I've talked to down in Florida. The Florida players are very, very grateful to have poker in poker rooms down there. So it's definitely a great area to go to.
Oh my God! And you get on there, you drink for free.
Yeah. Well, you drink for free in Vegas too.
Well, but I mean, in Florida, you can't, and that's so.
Right,
man,
it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and I it's kind of funny. I mean, I know that Jamie and I kind of sound buddy a little bit in that interview, and I don't mean to do that, but I have to say Jamie's been one of the guys that in this industry that has been the most supportive of me.
He's such a great guy. I've never once seen him like just stomping around the World Series in a bad mood. He's always got a smile on his face. He's running around. He's talking to people, chatting with people. I don't know how anybody could say anything bad about the guy, just because he had a little bit of an issue or whatever with his own winnings. It's none of anybody else's business. I mean, come on now.
Well, yeah, and I know Jamie's told that story a couple times on the show about that whole thing, but that was the reason that the dispute
It was
happened.
an agreement that those guys made. I can't believe that the guy was so picky about taxes that they had to take it to court, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm watching Kentucky and Michigan duking it out right now. Kentucky was just up by 7. Michigan took it down to 1. Now they're down by 4 again. Kentucky just shot a 3. Great game, though. Kentucky's really holding their own against this number 2 seed Michigan.
Well, there you go. Man, I want to go to the iBreeze Casino. Dude.
You moved too early, man.
Oh, God.
If you waited 6 months, you could have been on your way to Florida right now, everything packed up.
Well, here's the funny part about Jamie. He told me a long time ago about this. I knew about this whole thing, and I knew about the tax stuff a long time ago, and he told me not to tell anybody about it until it happened. I kept my I've been sitting on this for probably a year.
Oh, jeez.
Seriously. So I'm very happy to get to make an announcement on this thing. I mean, it's see, I can keep secrets. I'm good at that. I know a lot of things. I really do.
Hey, Mark, you know that 205th tournament that's coming up?
Yeah.
That's WSOP.com is having a 25-seat guaranteed scramble.
Yeah.
July 5th. I got my seat.
Congratulations. All right.
Locked in. I'm going to have an opportunity to win my way into the main event for $1.
Oh.
And I've been able to do it for somewhat free. There, WSOP.com is currently holding a series. Today's the last day of it. It was the mini turbo events that they were holding. A bunch of $5 or $5.50 and under buy-ins. They're all most of them are rebuys. But if you take the top 20 in the race, you also get a seat into that 25-seat scramble. And looks like I'm going to get one of those too. So I want to see how they do that.
Very cool.
Because if I already won my seat, so I want to see what they do for the $215 seat that I could win again.
No, that's fantastic, Nick. Congratulations. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do so I can try and resolve this issue real quick. We're going to give it a shot. I'm going to sign off here for just a couple of minutes, but we are going to be right back on the air as fast as I can restart the broadcast. And then Nate and I will be discuss some more poker, and we're going to be able to take your calls, 702-997-3015. And, of course, event number 12 of the Off-Till Poker Tables Tournament Series coming up. Club ID is 629454. Password is RogueWire. Of course, that is on PokerStars.net under the Home Games tab. So if everybody can just bear with us for a little bit, it'll probably be back on the air in about 5 minutes, and then we will come back and get things rolling again for you. I do appreciate your patience, guys. You guys know usually the sound quality on the show is top notch, but unfortunately a little computer glitch today slowed us down. But thanks for sticking around for the Jamie Gold interview, and hang around, guys. We're gonna stop the broadcast, and I will be right back on the show here in about 5 minutes. So we'll be right back.